So many marathons and even those local small fundraising 5K races have been canceled because of COVID-19. And if you're like me, you need something to train for. So the incentive has been lost. But we hope to get you excited again to run. And we have Sally Leffler from Beyond Running joining us today. Sally, welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Okay, so a lot of races, the Fargo Marathon, a huge event, but so many others canceled. And I'm seeing people doing these virtual races. Can you talk a little bit about, as a runner yourself, how running and those races has really changed in the middle of COVID-19?
Yeah, definitely it's been a little bit of a struggle with things being canceled and normally people having goals set to run certain races and train together. COVID-19 has definitely kind of thrown a monkey wrench in those people's plans. But definitely one thing that's really important is to keep a goal when you're training. And so that's why some of these virtual races have been really important for people who are looking for that structure when you're running.
I do like the idea of the virtual race that you get to pick the day. So if it's windy or too hot or too cold, because the weather around here is crazy, you pick that perfect day. If you find that perfect day, you take it, right?
That's right. Yeah. It's one advantage. You to control that variable.
Okay, well, I want to back up because not everybody is a marathon runner or, doesn't even want to do a 5K, and that's completely fine. But as gyms are slowly opening up, some people still are not ready to go back into a gym. So running outside is really a great option. You're a running advocate. What would you tell someone who is thinking maybe that's what I should do to get in shape since my gym is closed?
Yeah, and we did really see a resurgence of people who are excited to get out and start running since maybe their other ways of getting fit were not available to them during quarantine, during COVID. And I would say a lot of people started to discover the sport because that was the easiest thing to do. So I would say running is for everybody. It's setting a realistic goal and sticking to it. But we really did see a lot of people that have picked up the sport in these kind of strange times.
When I first started running, it was because I had this, it wasn't necessarily an organized group, but it was social. I was running with girlfriends and really loved that. And I love that that's something that you do at Beyond Running. I feel like it's almost more of a club than a store. Can you talk a little bit about the running groups that you guys have there and maybe talk about some of the other ones that are out there as well?
Yeah, one of the most important things is accountability when you're trying to complete a race or train for running. And I think one of our most favorite things that we do at the store is our run clubs. We meet 3 times a week. Right now, we've had to suspend them due to COVID, and so we're desperately missing our regular group of people that come and run with us during the week. But there are several different run clubs in the FM area, kind of just looking at what works for you. But I think the most important thing is to keep each other accountable. We have a great run community in the FM area. Lots of people who are still training for the Fargo Marathon in August with the rescheduled date. And so, yeah, having a group of people to run with is great. And we've seen a lot of people start to communicate virtually if they can't get together for a run or if some of their groups have been suspended due to COVID.
I love that. I definitely need the accountability, but I love the social aspect of running with others as well. Sometimes you start visiting and you're talking or listening to music and then the miles just fly by.
Yeah, it's definitely easier when you're running with people. You kind of forget the discomfort you might be having from running. So it's definitely a great way to get those miles in.
Okay, talking about discomfort, because that sounds scary. It's not always discomfort, but after a couple miles, yes, it can be one of the best workouts that you can do for your body. Let's talk, because you can, just go buy a pair of shoes and go running. But if you're going to be running, more than a mile or 2, I learned this the hard way, you really do need good shoes. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because you guys are great. People can go into your store and you kind of walk us through the process of what it takes to help someone find the right shoe for them.
Yeah, there's a lot of different information out there on the internet. People will do their own research and things, and so it can be a little bit intimidating to try to find the right pair of shoes. But what we like to do is when you come into the store, whether it's actually physically or virtually through our website. We talk to you about your training, what your goals are. We take a look at your feet, how you walk. We talk about injuries that you might be experiencing, your experience level. We've spent 13 years looking at people's feet, and we feel like we're pretty good at identifying just the right fit. Not all shoes are made the same, and there are different shoes for different feet. And certainly it can make your experience running much better if you're in the right pair of shoes, in the right gear.
Yeah, much more enjoyable, and you can avoid a lot of injuries and blisters and sores and all that good stuff, even back pain with the right pair of shoes. Sally, so great to visit with you today. Before we let you go, you have 2 locations now, is that correct?
We do. We have our location downtown, which most people know about. Our West Fargo location opened in 2017. That's on the corner of Main Avenue and 9th in West Fargo. So you should come check that out. It's an old car wash that we rehabbed. And in fact, our run club helped rehab that whole building. So it was a great community project for us. And then we also have our online store, which we launched during COVID. So we're available at gobeyondrunning.com.
Awesome. Sally, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Happy running.
Yes, you too.
Stay with us. Coming up next, we're talking to NDSU about enhancing your skills in an uncertain economy.